Hello, traders. Welcome to the Sunday evening weekly candle close stream. We're in power hour right now. Less than 60 minutes till the daily and the weekly close. And hey, Sunday evening. Trump, you know what he did, man. What's he always do? Figures out a way. $2,000 stimulus checks, my dividends. All right. I guess crypto bros loved it. So he's always got something up his sleeve. Every Sunday, after maybe the market didn't do great at the end of the week. Don't think that's going to help anyone. I mean, $2,000. Might as well be giving away $20,000. So I guess that's why crypto rallied. It didn't have to. I mean, we knew, like, you know, on assets like Ethereum, there was a little bit more upside. There might still be a little more upside on Bitcoin to go test some resistance. We'll look at it. So without further ado, the charts. Okay. So just like, you know, trying to have some fun with maybe how things are going for Bitcoin. Bringing out the parallel channel tool where you're just anchoring on the top end once and twice. Once on the bottom, a perfect test again. So pretty nice. It's just we're downtrending, right? It's just helping you perceive it. And we would be downtrending in this channel. I mean, even at the highest point, the overbought threshold for Bitcoin from here would be another 4% plus upside all the way up to 109,358. The old 2021, or sorry, the old January 20th, 2025 all-time high Trump inauguration peak. That's up there. I mean, if they did it now. Also, if time goes by, it could take it to 108.5. These are all like resistance supports, so it wouldn't be weird at all to run up there. But now we have maybe an argument that a channel, there might be a supply line confluent there. So just something to think about. Maybe I don't want to get the charts too busy, but we do kind of have this now. So it will take a lot to break out of that, breaking overhead resistance, breaking supply lines. Then we got to make higher highs than previous highs. A lot of work to be done to definitively be able to say Bitcoin's trend is reversing, right? It was up. Higher highs are lows. Then there was a no trend, right? Then all of a sudden we were confirming less than before, and all of a sudden we break all these big supports, seeing levels we hadn't seen since June in months. And you can just see that's kind of like we're trending downward right now, even if we ran to 109 plus. Okay, so just to keep you grounded, you don't want to get, I don't want people to get wrecked. I don't want people to FOMO or just think like all of a sudden like the trend is just so good, we're saved. Thank God for the engulfing candle that we are about to receive in 47 minutes.
What's up, Mitch? How you doing? Can we check IQ doing interesting things?
Yeah, we'll look at IQ. Machina, you know, just been loitering. IQ's just been loitering at the bottom of that mega trading range. Take a gander for sure, man. Thank you so much, dude. Ooh, that is a little busy up there. So I did change things up. Like I made it to where, you know, no one's gonna ever beat Bet Moon Boy on single largest tip ever. So what I did was in the top left, you can see maybe make it a little more competitive for people on the week. If people are contributing throughout the week, it will like count up all your tips, super chats, so we can have like session tops on that. Let me move this chat box though. It's kind of, I forgot about it. Sheesh. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Still a little tough, but that'll do. I need to change the font up a little bit. That's all I need to do, and then we'll be good. But yeah, thought it was, you know, everyone was excluded when I had the top Jesus up there, so now we can have some fun with it. So the weekly top is Carl, and then the top tip, and then the weekly top super chat is Vincent. So very cool. Thank you all so much. It helps me see too who's doing the most throughout the week, who's helping support this community and stream. Okay. So Bitcoin, nice day today, but even nicer day for some of these altcoins, especially Ethereum. Ethereum definitely did things. They're really trying to recapture 3580. That's amazing. All after the completion of the butterfly big bullish engulfing candle, recapturing the 200-day simple moving average. But hey, man, we recaptured 35.80 for real. And it's the problem is, like, they've done this before, where they've overshot it, the level that goes all the way back. It's very real, going back to 2022, swing high, like perfectly. And then, like, they have overshot it before, where you can see, like, in March of last year, April, they test and they just can't, and they fail. So then, like, a perfect bearish back test a couple times, right? So they'll overshoot it sometimes before you see that, and then they'll back test it. So you just got to be kind of, is it going to be a fake out? Or, I mean, we're just, we might very well rally going into the last 45 minutes. I mean, this could be just continuing to go. But remember the trend, right? They just put in the lowest low before was the lowest high. So what do you need to do to reverse a trend? You got to make higher highs, then you got to make higher lows. Whichever one first. You could make a lower high, then roll over and make a higher low, and then rally and make a higher high. But eventually, you're going to have to take out 42, 60, these two peaks, the A and C point, and then, you know, that's the only way you can make a higher high, like, for real. Otherwise, you can make below these two levels, you can locally make lower highs, lower lows, or I'm sorry, higher highs, higher lows, but that's literally like the definition of kind of a bearish consolidation structure. When you're in a well-defined downtrend and then you start methodically channeling like this, and all that consolidation is woefully below the previous major discernible swing highs, like on the daily, that is just, again, bearish consolidation. So they could take this thing all the way up 3,700, and you're still going to be contained within the parameters of this potential bearish consolidation structure. So just keep that in mind. See below the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, it's down sloping, you're just downtrending, okay? So just don't be fooled. I mean, it's great that the asset's up today. I hope, my God, I hope you made money on a Sunday and it was like, holy crap, dude. But just remember the trend. Where we are trend-wise is not in an uptrend right now. If we're in an uptrend, there will be evidence of that, okay? Hold on one sec. My food just got here. Give me 1 second. I just got to go put this in the fridge. I got like smoked salmon and stuff and eggs. I got to just 1 sec, chat. Hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Don't get wrecked. Sorry about that. It couldn't be helped. All right. So, yeah, Bitcoin support resistance wise, it seems like there's more upside, dude. You know, a little bit more. So, could keep it running, man. Especially with a positive news-driven catalyst with money printer, handout checks, dude. That's just like 2020, man. It's the same thing. Please, God, just don't do it. But for the sake of the 50% of Americans that are not participating in the stock market, don't do it for them, because it's just going to make them become more radical and communist, probably. Anyway, let's go to the others. Look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. All right, let's look at XRP. up 3.5%. Very nice, man. Bullish and golden candle going for the highest daily candle close since the 2nd of November of this month. I mean, that's not great. I mean, that this candle is representative of nothing. It has done nothing. Your trend is still down. You just made your lowest low of the downtrend. Before that, both your previous highs were the lowest highs of said downtrend, and you're not in any way at a support resistance. No way to strategize. It's still technically active short, but you've taken half of your position off because you hit the target, first target, you're waiting on second target, which is 190, 196. And that's about it. That's all you can do. So just to reassess XRP. It's up today. It's up 3.25%. Congratulations, everybody. But that doesn't change anything. All right. Still in downtrend. Still not at key levels. They're just holding on to where a profit taking level of the short was at 219. That's it. All right. Let me get my chat popped out, man. Buy altcoin? No, I think I'm good, dude. I think I'm good. Y'all say anything of significance? Oh, I look like Matt Damon. Thanks, dude. Yeah, smoked salmon in 4K. That's right, dude. Okay, so just make sure we're on the same page here. All right, it's not great. Let's look at Solana. Maybe we're gonna be okay on Solana, dude. Trend reverse. No, but they did recapture a key level. They're working on it, and they're working on confirming it. 38 minutes and change to go. So above 162.52, there could be some good upside. Historically speaking, there is good upside above that level, given enough time. But the problem is, even with decent upside potential, really good upside potential actually, they could run this thing to 190. And it would end up, and it could roll over, and it could be the lowest high of the downtrend. How insane is that? Yeah, they could literally do this. They could do this, 198 it, and it would still be a lower high than the previous discernible swing high from October 27th. It's just you're in such bad shape trend-wise. There could be good upside, and you're still going to be remaining in the downtrend. That's crappy. I hate that. Yeah, so keep that in mind. At the same time, I'm wondering, could we paint some sort of consolidation structure here? Like, could we paint this? I don't know. I'm trying to. You see, you could very well just be bear flagging on the 4-hour. How rough is that? That, like, you're contained within a bearish consolidation structure? But even if faces got ripped off and they took it all the way to like 198 again, it'd be an 88% retrace from the previous high to low, and there might be a value perceived area for a short seller. So it's like you're either you're screwed here or you're screwed up here, but there's probably not an in between. You know, it's either gonna like stay contained in this bear flag and collapse down to the 130s in time, or they're gonna run it up to 190, 198, make the deep 886 retrace, 786 retrace from the previous high, and then roll over. So very crappy situation on altcoins, or at least on Solana, because you are in a downtrend. Does that make sense? Or are people gonna rage quit? I don't know. Please let me know what you think. What is your opinion, chat, on what is your analysis? Is that something that makes sense to you, or do you think, nah, dude, we're in an uptrend now, everything's good, right? What's my opinion on Bitcoin? Didn't I just give my opinion on Bitcoin at the beginning of the stream? Thought I did. Really? Okay, all right. Trying to have a conversation with y'all. All right. But great news on Solana recapture 162. There could be great consequences. Could continue to rally. They could rip it with equities. Equities are going to recover because my stimmy checks. And that's it. All right, BNB, which, it's a 0.5%. Again, that's just nothing. Like, nothing's changed. This was actually your worst performer of the big market cap cryptos, which is wild since it always has performed well. up until recently. So they're just testing $1,000 psychological level. It's not a real level at all. It's just psychological. So that's it. They're trying to crack it. I think if they do, they could actually run this thing to 1,050, 1,080, the previous highs from September. And that's probably to the extent of the move up. And if they did that, if they bearishly back tested that level as resistance, they would still be putting in a substantially lower high than the previous discernible swing high from late October. So it's, again, in trouble. Like, trend-wise, kind of just bad. Not good. All right. So those are your big cryptos, right? I mean, cool. You had some high flyers. If you remember ICP, my God, this thing, look at this thing. It's just going. But then, my God, what did they did? Well, at least they respected the levels, didn't they? I plotted these levels a long time ago, man. I don't touch them. They've been here for years. It's just because you look left, you see the reversal points from history. They're timeless. So what they did was they recaptured one, and then they ran it straight to the other, and they tested it a couple times, once on Saturday, and then once today, and then a bearish engulfing candle down 15.7%. They could take this to $5 easy, and it would be normal. So just looking at that one, and then KSM also had, all these coins. Remember, we had a very vivid discussion to keep you sober, to keep you grounded on what's really going on. Just because these guys who liquidated millions of people on their exchanges and made billions and billions of dollars from it, they have the ability to pump these assets. They probably more of an ability to do it than they ever have before. So they would do that to induce buying from really dumb money. Oh my God, this asset's up 40%. I gotta get in. I gotta buy it. Be very careful with a downtrend on the major cryptos, including Bitcoin. They're just definitively, I'm not saying like, oh, we're in a bear market, bro. I'm just saying, right? Consecutive lower highs, lower lows. These altcoins on their pumps, they did nothing. Like KSM did nothing but put in virtually its lowest high ever. Like in history, right? They traders settled up 1368. That was lower than the high from October 6th, lower from all the September and August and July and June highs. It's just, that's nothing about it. It was just for buyer induction, dumb money. Get the dumbest money in here, okay? But yeah, there's some assets up today, like Uniswap. It's up 10%. Is it doing anything of significance? Not just up against the supply line, maybe, this downtrend. What they just recently do, November 4th, they put in the lowest daily candle close since May. I mean, they are holding on to this 520 level. It's really good. There's an M shape here too, which is pretty cool. Like, not many coins are doing this at all. It's a shark, but it's a deep shark. It's like they 100% sharked it, or 98% sharked it, but very real. I like the M shape. I like the structure on Uniswap, but it's a type 1 reaction situation where, yeah, you got to wait for a type 2 return. But interesting. Uniswap, more interesting than all these other ones. Dang, dude. Okay. Trading at the same price it was trading at in May of 2022. What does that tell you? Garbage. Trading at the same price it was trading at September 2020. These are not investments, chat. Don't ever think they are. Never. Zcash up 7% today. No, dude, this one is anomalous. It won't stop. It today has made it's broken out above 558. Highest price since January 2018. And there's no resistance here. Like, they could very well, because it's crazy, they could take this thing to 738 real fast. There's, like, where it is right now, above 558, there is still 27% upside on Zcash. It could do it in a day because they've been doing crazy stuff like that. So, I don't know. Beyond technical analysis, man. The technical analysis is just about the levels here. Someone's got hold of this, and they're pumping it, and they're not letting it go. All right. Macros check on this one, dude. Nothing about it. Like, it topped out with that harmonic. Type 2 returned, fell below the key levels, and the trend began to reverse. The lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lowest low since April. And just hanging on to this 1194 support resistance goes, oh my God, it goes all the way back to 2018. That's what they're holding on to. They're trying to anyway. It's been a resistance back there, resistance in 2022, multitude of times, and that's where we're at. So, you know what's kind of cool about it? It's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't think we're there yet. We're close. But look how we could do this. Talk about, we looked at Uniswap. This could also be its own shark. I would like to see it hit, you know, oh, the liquidation event. Of course they hit it. But, like, I'd like to see us actually hit it. I think that would be so freaking cool, man. TA Tetris, or that'd be more harmonic. The harmonic dance, we've seen that before. I think there's a meme, Michelangelo, right? So 886 on Maker would be like $1,000 psychological down there too. So that'd be cool to see us test that for real, not with a scam wick. So just looking at some of the top gainers today. Lind, that again, the trend had reversed. The harmonic was beautiful. The shark pattern, 886, just a tight one reaction. It was over. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of support resistance on this one. I know it's busy, but they're trying to hold on to it. But yeah, okay, cool. What's up, Victor? Uh-oh. Oh, God. Did I just see something? Nah, dude. We can't do that. Sorry. Yeah, you're not going to be able to utilize the TTS for promoting scam coin. So it is a scam coin. Please don't think that anyone promoting something via TTS or Super Chat is promoting anything but a scam coin. There's no intrinsic value. You don't even know who the devs are. He owns it, so he definitely wants you to own it too. I mean, scams, dude. All right, chat, protect yourself. Don't get wrecked. We can look like Chainlink up 2.4% today. My God, man, they're just hitting that bottom of that channel. Nothing too spectacular about it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these, including Bitcoin on the daily, are showing some really nice bullish divergence. Like on the MACD histogram, it's really matured. It's like about to flip positive. So what does that mean in some sort of downtrend you've been in? Yes. There could be impending price action reversal to the upside where you get a more significant rally just because sellers are exhausted. They're tired. Tired, man. They've been dumping it for too long, so maybe a relief rally comes into play because of the divergence, but we'll see. Okay, that's happening. Let me show you on Bitcoin too. Lizard. Yeah, bro. Lizards every day, dude. I'm totally a lizard. You're a lizard person. Okay. I definitely did Sol. I looked at Solana. What are you talking about, dude? All right, Dogecoin, same type of divergence on every coin. All coins are showing bullish divergence in the MACD. So this long, crappy downtrend, you could get a larger rally. They could take you up to maybe 20 cents. Probably not 22. This rally could, right? Like if these are the highs, they could take it to frickin' 20 cents, 20.5 cents, and it'd be another lower high. And then your previous discernible event was a lower low, the lowest low. So that's where you are. And I mean, definitely you could say it's some sort of another M shape, kind of X, A, B, C, D here, 886. Yeah, so I can't be surprised at this point if like some of this divergence on these altcoins that got destroyed, if a bigger rally happens, Bitcoin's got a little more upside up to 107, even up to 109 to see that channel supply line. But yeah, the problem is your trend's not very good. So, and those are like really it. Like Cardano's only at 1.5%. Dude, nothing about Cardano. Nothing. It's just good. They tested 51.5 cents. They held it and it's rallying. They could take this thing perfectly up to 64.5 cents. They could literally do this on Cardano and then, oh, they just roll it over. Like that is I could not be surprised if that happens. Just an asset and a downtrend for the entire year 2025. All lower highs, all lower lows.
Hey Mitch, while you're digging into S coins, mind checking out NEAR too? Curious if it stands out. Appreciate it as always.
Yeah, why not? We'll look at NEAR right now. Since we're in the S coin category, we'll do it. NEAR, bro, I guess on Binance or maybe KuCoin because we don't want the scam wick. I don't even know anymore. I mean, yeah, it hit 176, 188 again, like it had, and it bounced, and it's been running for going on 6 days in a row. It's just range bound, I guess, right? Just straight up in a big range, like this local range between 188 and what seems like maybe 330. Is there anything historically? Yeah, kind of like that one peak right there, that candle close from 2022. Yeah, that's your range, man.
WFC. I am employee. They gave us vested stocks. Smiley face emoji.
Oh, Wells Fargo, man. What's up, day 12? Thank you, dude. Thanks for the 20. We'll look at Wells Fargo for sure. So I guess we could just look at NEAR as a range. Hit the bottom, it bounced, and you're nearing the top. So I don't know, I can't construct a trading plan when an asset's near the top of a trading range. So that's it, man. That's NEAR. Do I see anything significant? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a big M shape or something, but I'm just looking at the stuff and I'm like, I don't know why people are even interested, to be real. Like, it's the same crap for years. Same crap for years. Never gonna reach this all-time high again. Ever. It's just not. So I don't know why people are interested. Okay. I mean, yeah, I would just rather look for an asset on a traditional market with like a great setup, a great structure, a great trend. It makes money. Like, there's just no controversy. And then you got NEAR here that is garbage and it's range bound. Like, they break 350. All I can tell you is that you're probably going to target for 450. You break 450, probably going to $6, and that's it. Anyway, yeah, great. We'll see. Where were we? What the heck? Hold on. Oh, oops. Stream Elements is closed out, so. Yeah, we'll look at this other one real quick, but we got 22 minutes to the daily close. Of you're enjoying the coverage of this last 60 minutes before we get a weekly daily close. Hit that like button, that bell. So thanks so much for being here. We do try to congregate here to see how it's going to look. Let's look at those real quick. The top ones on their weekly before we look at these stocks. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin real quick and look at the weekly. Because the weekly was bad, but I don't think it's as bad now, thankfully. It's not near as, oh my God, they're actually gonna do it. Of course they are. Like, that's what they do, man. They're crazy. Like, of course. They're gonna actually rally the asset on a weekend to make sure somehow that the candle high close on the weekly from December of 2024 is defended. Traders are gonna settle up above the level, of course.
Thanks for all you. I'm married and broke now. Waiting to start accumulating argon. Can you do a dealer's choice?
What's up, Oompa Loompa Man? Thanks so much, dude. You're married and you're broke now. What, did you spend it all the money on the wedding or something? Or have you already given her half of your wealth? Why are you broke now, dude? Thank you. Yeah, I can do a dealer's choice. We can try to find something newer or something, but I think we had a few things. But it's just, man, the markets, dude. Like, it was a money-making machine. There were great setups all summer, and then now they're just getting so far extended. It's man, it's so much premium now. Lots of premium on this market. We did just have a 6.5% pullback on the NASDAQ, which is the largest correction we've had since the April crash. So pretty cool. Hopefully that that means it's time to pivot and run again into Santa rally. So yeah, congratulations on Olympia if you actually did get married just recently. So that's your weekly, going for the lowest weekly candle close on Bitcoin since June 16th week. So, but it looks like they're going to hold a major level. Crazy. They're nuts, dude. All right, Ethereum's weekly. Look at that, man. Look at that candle. The recovery on Ethereum from the lows. Ethereum is up 17% off its weekly low. Psychotic, man. Going and it's like you're gonna make a higher close than you did in July, so it's really not a big deal. They almost took it perfectly down to that $3,000 level. I mean, that was the target anyway with that wave structure. If you broke support, so spectacular. And in the grand scheme of things, on the weekly for Ethereum, like no matter where this thing sells off, if it makes a higher low than the previous lows, you're good. You're making the highest low in a long time. So yeah, weekly's kind of crazy. 17% off the lows. Wow. All right, XRP weekly, really not too bad. You know, all these assets have recovered a lot off the lows. I mean, this XRP off its lows 13.5%. Wow. So just sideways. Still sideways, man. Kind of bad below 261 on the weekly because that's that candle close reversal. See, it was kind of a range here too. So they broke it and they just confirmed it as resistance, and they're like holding it at, you know, below the level. So that's not great. If you really want some hope to rekindle on XRP on the weekly, you'd want to see buyers recapture 262. That's kind of like a midpoint of the big range. You call it a heart line. So we're trading in the bottom threshold of this range. Okay. Not a megaphone. It's a right-angled and descending running formation that at any time could be putting in a potential partial decline. But to confirm the partial decline on Ethereum at some point in the coming weeks, or I don't even know, because it was a false breakout, and it's like I don't know if you're going to test it again. See, the problem is with Ethereum is like even if they rally it here, they can't like come in the coming weeks and do this. Like you can't do that. If they attempt to rally and it fails lower than the highs we got in August, we are so screwed probably, because then you have to end up thinking about M shape, and the harmonic develops, and then it's like a wonderful entry in April of 2026 at $2,100. Let's go, dude. I mean, this is the last thing you want. So if they do rally it, we got to be mindful on the weekly of a failed test. They do like to confirm. See how they rallied it, and then you had a sell-off to test support, and then they rallied it again, and they confirmed that resistance as resistance, and then it had a more significant drawdown. So that's what we have to, what I'm worried about on if we get rallies. They cannot conclude lower than the first rally we got, that first peak. Okay. Are y'all here, chat? Is the stream still on? We got good audio, video check. Let me know. All right, let's go to Solana's weekly. Pretty bad. Pretty bad, man. I just like probably 135 is your target here. Okay. For a test, and hopefully they hold it, because they did that already and it rallied and they put in a lower high. They back tested the old 2021 all-time high as resistance. I mean, oh, disgusting. So if you wanted to strategize in any significant way on the weekly, you'd be looking for the price to fall to 130, 135, and then defend it successfully and a structure develop. So Vegeta, oh my god.
Beach Jedi 101 tipped $101. Glad to catch this weekly close stream. Thanks for the consistency and continued education, Mitch. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much, Beach Jedi. I really appreciate that, man. wow, you are now the weekly top tipper. If you can see in the, I gotta rearrange this stuff. It's getting a little, this is the first stream of it, so I'll move some stuff over. But thank you so much, dude, for becoming the top contributor of this live stream on the week now. Okay. Dang, it is not easy. On the fly. Yeah. That's okay for now. Yeah, I'll work on the readability of it. Cheers, bro. Yeah, dude. Thanks again, Beach Jet, for being here on a Sunday evening. Because I know y'all could be doing anything, but it's getting dark early now, so maybe you don't have as much to do. Because without daylight, you know, you kind of might be indoors. So, okay, we'll look at BNB's weekly real quick. Not a big deal at all, dude. I mean, this looks good. Anytime they could begin to attempt a rally here and go test 1300, the weekly like actually looks kind of crazy. And look how they're going to try to settle this thing up above the old supply line. They're going to try to defend it. That's so nuts, dude. These guys are crazy. So those are your weeklies. Let's see. Let's look real quick at IQ. The couple of requests we had before the close. Yeah, dude, it's nuts, man. Like, it's loitering. It should be illegal. Okay, you should get a knock from the CCP, their FBI or whatever equivalents, for again loitering, just hanging out at a key level. After filling a gap and springback testing the key level, it's time now. Like, this is it. This is where you should begin seeing positive price. If it's real, you should begin seeing a rally, because they're putting in potentially the highest low since the bottom after already showing accumulation, the highest low. I mean, this is it. Like, we're gonna have to give it time. Patience is required, but this is serious right here, where you look for assets to now see bids come in, meaningful bids. Time to run, retest 285 and go higher. This is it, man. All right, that's IQ. Can't make it go up. It's been getting routed, but things had to happen, and they have now. So it is time to run. They could even, in the worst case scenario, they could even take it down to like 185. I don't think you want to do that, but they could. And it still wouldn't be dead yet, but it'd be disappointing for sure, because you just want to see the top of the inflection zone be tested, and there's too much demand, too strong, so that's as far as they'll take it. They won't let it go any further than that. So that's where we're at. You did bearish engulf this past week, but still above supports. So do or die time. You want to see me in a suit? Why do you want to see me in a suit, bro? Like, if anything, you know, people say this, Mitch looks bad, his face looks rough, whatever, you know, all these things. And it's like, you know, I could just like do this, and then we don't have to worry about what I'm wearing. We don't have to worry about my face, how I'm looking. We don't have to do anything, just a distraction. We could just have it like that, and no 4K, whatever. So, I don't know, y'all finding things to come up with to complain about, things that don't even matter. It's like, you should be focusing on what I'm saying, looking at the charts, not like my appearance, what I'm wearing, whatever. And guess what? I was a frat bro. I am a gym bro, I guess, because I am physically active and take care of myself. Like, what do you want? I mean, I don't have to wear a suit because I am my own boss and have been for a very long time. Typically, people that wear suits have to wear suits. Yeah. Okay. That was your IQ, man. We got to get our IQs up, man. Like, I don't even know, dude. It's like, I try to give you a little bit more personable, like, personal vibe, man. People want to relate with their streamers. They want to hang out, you know, parasocial aspect. And when I take the webcam away, there's no parasocial aspect involved. So all right, let's see. It is true. It is kind of that for sure. To all right, we'll look at Wells Fargo, man. Wells Fargo and Company. Yeah, just continuing its ascent. And you're getting to a point where, I mean, we could almost say upsloping price contraction. Is there divergence? Absolutely, there's some divergence. Wells Fargo, bro. Look at that, man. That's it's cool that they back tested an old, you know, overhead resistance as support in April. But this is the weekly, man. The weekly, not the daily. Each candle represents 5 trading sessions. So, I mean, it's like there's some sort of upsloping, right, a supply line here. And you could maybe just start using your imagination, something like that. Contracting, and then it could break upward, of course. The daily, oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry, man. The daily of yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry, let me go back to IQ's daily for a sec. Not bad. Getting ahead of myself. The daily. Oh yeah, so they're like virtually. I like the daily. I mean, it's kind of like they tested once. You got a reaction, the gap fill, the retest, and then the sell off again, and then you kind of got a potential reversal candle. I mean, that's good. A doji reversal. Long shadow. Yeah, I mean, they look, and they might have taken it so far down, but there was so much demand they couldn't even go test 205, 204 for the rally. They recaptured the 200-day simple moving average. So yeah, I mean, resistance is support now. Look, support, resistance. It goes back further. Now it's support. Now it's support again, really locally. So they could take it lower too, but that's an interesting candle we got on Friday. Yeah, that could very well be a reversal candle. We need follow through tomorrow or in the next couple days to confirm that it is some sort of reversal candle, and maybe a confirmation low, 1 and 2 locally, which is always good for the argument. All right. Thank you, dude. Sorry about that. But yeah, here's your Wells Fargo. That looks like rising wedge behavior to me, doesn't it? Good God. Still some room, but you are very, very deep within your consolidation. You're at a point now where this elevated probability of resolution, whether it breaks upward or downward. But yeah, I mean, all-time highs. But just keep in mind, like these can signify like exhaustion. You can get big pullbacks, and then they could take it a gap fill at 66, put in a major higher low, and then run again later because the trend's good. But that's where you're at on Wells Fargo. I don't really know what you were asking. You're talking about vested. They gave us vested stocks. You're an employee there. Well, I mean, good for them. That's great, man. But they're making you buy high, right? I mean, they kind of bottomed it out in 2020, and then like kind of a Wyckoff accumulation schematic, reaccumulation schematic developed from June of 2022 to November 2023, and then the markup, and then they hit old resistance, all-time highs from 2015, 2018, and then another higher low, and now this is the structure we got. I mean, great trend for sure, great trend. I mean, we could obviously plot a channel, I'm sure. In a way, maybe it's gonna be steepening of, kind of something like that. So you're near the top end, so you're near the overbought threshold of the uptrend anyway. So there's no value. It's all premium. There's no way to strategize, and you might have yourself like an inherently bearish structure. But they can break upward. They definitely can. So there you have it. That's Wells Fargo. Dealer's choice for Oompa Loompa. Yeah, I could try to do that. If you give me a second. Oompa Loompa wants a dealer's choice. A lot harder these days, man, just because of where the market is. Like, things are just so freaking elevated, and they've been running all summer, and it's just like, where, like, you just worry about, even if you find some things, some assets that are like showing the structure and the framework, you just got to worry about, like, it starts getting to a question where, okay, everything's at all the index funds all-time highs, and they've been doing all-time highs for months now, and it's like, then you find something that's like completing an M shape and it's got the type 2, and it's like, well, it's been underperforming the macro hardcore for a long time. And what happens if, like, the macro decides to go into a deeper, more meaningful retrace pullback? Like, those assets that were underperforming are probably going to get hit really hard. So it's, yeah, that's the problem with, like, finding setups in a market where we're just constantly hitting all-time highs on the index funds. I'm looking here, okay? I'm trying to find something. But yeah, again, it's going to be, like, tougher. I mean, dude, I just have to, like, keep emphasizing American Airlines. Looks really good. It's like on the monthly, but it's just, dude, I gotta, like, just bring it back up. I mean, you're back above this 1222 level, and you're holding above it. You're back above the 200 moving average. I mean, so you're at this level where you can strategize, and you know your upside potential is very good. I mean, like, from where it is right now, I would be targeting for $19, and that's a joke, man. That's like the daily. That's like, okay, a daily setup, but if you're looking at, like, more significant time scales, it's backing up the daily. The opportunity, like, this is it. Like, U-shaped volume, you got high volume coming into buyers recapturing a key level. I mean, it's just like a really good opportunity, but it could take a really long time because the monthly and weekly are also both implying way higher in time, but it could take a year, 6 months, a year, 18 months for this to really get going. All the, like, $28 to $40 targets, just common retrace targets. So weekly, monthly are good, but then the daily also is good in itself, you know, because, like, the monthly, weekly, you can't see these accumulation signatures and how they're correlating to the support zone that goes back, man, goes way back, and you're not trading above it, and you've been trading above it. So again, this one I think has some good upside. I mean, I would just be targeting for at least a gap fill to make it equitable if you were strategizing with a stop slightly below $12. I mean, 36+% upside given enough time. So I mean, like, I don't know what's wrong with that one, you know, being a dealer's choice, even though we talked about it. It's like, we scan through these, it's not easy finding the best setups, but this one for some reason does look solid. Airline company, I don't know, man. A deal has been reached. Is that true? I don't know about that. Chat, we got to get back up here. Yeah, we got free money coming. We definitely got free money coming our way. But then, oh yeah, coffee futures, another, yeah, that's definitely another dealer's choice. I'll give you another one, okay? Look at this, dude. To me, it's like a dream of all dreams. You have a good trend. You've been consolidating sideways, and the context is after a huge impulse and uptrend since February. You've been consolidating almost all year of 2025, and now showing evidence of reaccumulation. They could even take it back down to 360 and stuff, but I mean, you have a mega potential cup with Hendel on coffee, which it's like an omen. Like, when do you ever get to have, all right, you know what? The last time I remember something so insane like this was Caterpillar, right? The construction machinery company, Caterpillar. It painted a bearish butterfly. That was the last time I remember anything this crazy. Cup with Hendel on coffee. Because cup with handle, man. Can't make it up. Oh yeah, my 50-year mortgages. That's some news that came out. Trump's going to come out. And guess what? JD Vance in 2030, he's going to come out with a 70-year mortgage. So it can be an intergenerational mortgage, bro. So exciting.
Straight tip $25.
That was right.
We are looking great with Rivian so far, rock and roll. Can we take a look at Webull on the charts? Also Jonathan Nation. Also coffee is a good bet. Wasn't there some deal that just went down in South America?
I don't know about a deal, man. I know EU regulators are cracking down. All right, chat, real quick. Thank you so much, dude. We'll look at that, and we'll talk more about it. But the weekly candle close has occurred. So Jesus chimes, bullish and golden candle in the daily. See that there's that divergence in the MACD histogram for Bitcoin. So you could get a little bit, there could be some more upside. All the way up to 109. Let's look at that weekly real quick so we can see it cemented. They did. The traders are nuts, dude. These effing market participants are crazy. The candle high close from December on the weekly of 2024 was defended. They didn't let traders on the weekly settle up below it. They're madmen. All right, that's it. As you saw Bitcoin recover when all week it was trading below that level, but they recovered it by 5.65% to save the support, I guess, support resistance. So, but it was your lowest weekly candle close since June 16th, multi-month lows on the close. Ethereum, a 17% rally off the lows. Berserk, man, you can't even see it. But yeah, almost hit the next support. And that's it. That was the lowest weekly close since late July. All right, Solana, lowest weekly candle close confirmed since late July. All right. Doesn't look great here. Does look like 130, 135 would be a better target. Not anything really actionable right now on Solana. Again, if you look at just the weekly and then you look at the 4 hour, remember we discussed something that could be happening is just a bearish consolidation. Whether they take it to the top of this flag at 172, or even if they take it to 190, they take it to 198. They're all potential bearish outcome situations. Shallow, high and tight, or low and tight bearish consolidation before a mark down to 130.
TSX, CRE Critical Elements Lithium Corporation, please and thanks. Mitch.
What's up, Timothy? Thanks so much for 20, dude. We'll look at that. Thank you so much. For sure. Put it on the list. All right, so that's all I got for you, man, on Solana, dude. And these are just possibly showing bearish consolidation structures. Look how they closed it right at 35.80. Whoa, man. Like, I wonder, is that it? Yeah, the problem is there's just insurmountable adversity. That's what I keep saying, man, because it's like in order to reverse the trend, buyers would have to recapture $4,300+. And then they put in a higher low. Then they got to make a higher high, higher low, higher high. And you're doing none of that, all right? So just stay grounded. Stay sober. Don't get high on hopium. Okay, XRP, same thing, where it's like, hey, they're putting some higher lows here. That's great, but in order to reverse the trend, too many things have to happen. You're just not in a position to be able to say that things are good yet. They could rally this to 250, they could rally it to 262, and it would just end up being a lower high than all the freaking previous highs. Like, just too much work has to be done to reverse the trend. So look, they could just be doing something like that. It could just be bearish consolidation. So it's really hard to trust this market right now, okay? But hey, whatever. Crypto's pumped, man. They went nuts. I know. All right, let's see here. Let's get these other requests. We'll see. So I did the dealer's choice for Oompa Loompa, and then Beach Jedi. Thanks again, dude. And then Stray wants to see Weeble. Yeah, with that thing like fell way below the 886. For sure, man. Fell below that 886. Weeble, the Chinese Robinhood. Yeah, like very, very disappointing. I mean, it made all-time lows. Or yeah. All-time lows, man. Look at that. Disgusting. Wow, Robinhood did the absolute invert. You flip this chart over. It's the Robinhood chart. Nah, Robinhood went like way up here. So, very bad. I don't even know what to make of this because like it was a busted, failed, potential Gartley, even 886 Gartley. Violated that. There's no edge. Like they're just down here at this last scam wick low, right? That whatever happened that day. Okay, it was during the liquidity crisis. It was during the crash of the tariff world. So, dude, they recaptured it, and that's it. I don't even know if we could regard that as a real support, but literally on Friday, the asset made the lowest level in its history. Friday. That's it. There's no structure here locally. There's no correlation, price action correlation to that level. It's just they recaptured it, and that's
Hope all
it.
is well on your end. I'm looking ZoidPay's pay on X exchange, not the Qcoin chart. You think it's already overheated? Looks like it's looking for higher prices.
We can look at it. That's all I can say. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's not Weeble. It's Webear. Absolutely Webear. They're going to rename it. Just lower highs. I'm not even sure you can really say divergence is good or exists there. It's just disgusting, man. Like, what are the fib extensions? Like, you know, if they really keep this selling off, you have an $8 target at a 1272. A 144 is 687. The gold mean ratio is 522. That would be disgusting. I think eventually, though, like without an edge, they'll eventually rally it. You'll get a little bear market rally. It'll make a lower high and it'll roll over again later. It's just, yeah, that's a long extended impulse down, right? So maybe they do recapture it. Maybe they do go fill a gap at like 1030 first, but it's not like you have an edge or you have a structure or anything to help you, okay? Discern where this is going. It's not good. It's very bad. Like it was all right, maybe an idea. They never even reacted. Like there wasn't even a true reaction at the 886 of that M shape. So it's just disgusting, dude. Okay, let's see here. The next one was CRE on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Critical Elements Lithium Corporation. I don't even think that's... Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it definitely... there is some form of... It's okay. I understand why you're requesting it. All right, let's look at the weekly on CRE on the, I think, Toronto Stock Exchange. The weekly. Yeah, I mean, they are, like, this is an M shape, shark stuff, and they're holding a support resistance back from, wow, that could be a good level, 2014. Look at that spring back test. They sprung it, they back tested it on 2016 before that big run. So it could be very easy to manage your risk in this situation because of that. You can see like from a swing low to a swing high, you're in that value area. So it's definitely like, you could say value perceived area via Fibonacci retrace. But, and trading positively above a level from history. Those are the big things you have to have if you're ever wanting to construct a trading plan. It is. The higher lows are coming in locally, which is really good, but the issue is kind of what's crappy on the top side. You don't have any sort of top side help, right? You're just making lower highs with the higher lows. So it's almost like you're gonna have to say it's more of a neutral thing, a neutral structure. But yeah, definitely putting in higher lows. So I think like maybe if you really wanted to take a shot on this, like wherever you're entering between 39.5 to 44 cents, your stop loss would probably just be below that swing low from June 16th. Like I don't see why in any way why you would want to own the asset below that. You really don't want to own it below 39.5 cents. But maybe just for some leeway a little bit lower, a few cents lower, just in case they rival that and they don't take it out and it runs again. So yeah, You're consolidating down here, but it's not as good as it could be because you don't have any help on the top side. You're still only making lowest highs. Like this most recent high, October 14th on the weekly, it is the lowest high of the entire downtrend. Okay. So it is more neutral. Like you got some sort of like triangle. It's like symmetrical triangle, I guess. Like you see it, price contraction. Despite anything you want to say about this, the name of the structure, you don't have to. You're contracting and you're nearing the apex. So the consolidation phase that has been ongoing since, I guess, the beginning of the year will be concluding in the next few months. I mean, this could extend all the way to February 2026. But yeah, resolution probability is definitely elevated due to how deep we are within this pattern to the apex. So yeah, so one could construct a trading plan. They could give it a shot. I mean, Critical Elements Lithium Corporation on the weekly here. No reason to own it below 39.5 cents probably, but if they keep up the higher lows and they keep it above that level, you never get stopped out. I mean, it could very well resolve higher. In that case, you'd be maybe targeting, I think, minimum for 61 cents, like a swing high, swing high, swing high, swing lows. And they were up thrusting through it a couple times in November and February. So, I mean, that would be target one. And it's hard to say. Like, I mean, you know, you have to regard 75 cents. You got to regard 95 cents to a dollar. That'd probably be how we target, you know, 61, 75, 94 to a dollar. All right, CRE. Key level. Interesting above 39.5. All right, Bitcoin going positive on the new week, the new day. Let's freaking go, dude. Let's go. Yeah, Bitcoin, real quick, up 0.17% has somehow they defended the key level, and now look what they've done on the new week already. They're confirming it. They're holding it. It's insane. Here's your 4 hour. Your upside potential, if they were just going to run it to the next big levels, 106.8 to 107.8, right? You swing lows, swing low. You know, that's just, you know, that's the next level if they're going to do it. Daily, because we have a channel now after the bullish engulfing candle yesterday. There's still good upside, 4% upside before you hit, you know, maybe the top of the channel, like 3.9% now, maybe 4%. Just to those key resistance supports on the daily. I mean, you going back to Trump's inauguration, swing lows and swing highs. That's just the next level. So doesn't reverse the trend or anything. But yeah, there's definitely like a potential argument that like, hey, to a degree, sellers might be exhausted here. So you can't be that surprised if they do take it a little higher. 106 all the way to 109, a target zone. All right. Was that the last request, I think? No, there's, I think, one more. ZoidPay. Not the KuCoin chart, he says. Not. Zoid. ZPay crypto. Not KuCoin, he said. So maybe on crypto.com. Or he said X Exchange, right? X Exchange. Okay, I got you, dude. I'm about to go open my laundry machine's door. Yeah, there's not much to look at on this. You're not gonna miss out on anything. Just let me go open this door. It'll never stop beeping. So. Okay, let's go, dude. Let's look at the ZoidPay on the X exchange request chat. Everyone in their mother wants to know about this coin. It was going to be the coin to overtake Bitcoin and XRP together, right? No, just kidding, dude. It's wow. I mean, scam, literal scam. Right, this right here was the scammers. The scammers right here, they very well could have in 2022 had spent a lot of the money, the pre-sale money that they raised on marketing, which in turn, when they listed the scam, they were able to run this thing up with really dumb money. And this is about where the scammers rug pulled and exited on all the people that bought. And look at it now. That's what a scam is. That was the scam on a chart. And here we are, many years later, looking at it in the basement, and there's zero reason to own this asset. It will do exactly what it did in 2024, where it pumps, and it will eventually make the lowest high it's ever made, and it will dump again and rug pull everyone. They're just working on running it up to rug pull again, okay? That's all that ZPay is. So have fun with that, bro. I don't even know. I appreciate the contribution, but welcome to scam coins. That's what they really are. What's up, Ozzy? Thanks for the sub on YouTube. If you're out there enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, sub. Join us in the Discord. It's free to join. Very active Discord server with a lot of really good people willing to help. If you're looking to further your journey as a trader, analyst, it's a great place to be. All right, you get notified when I go live personally too, so you never miss my live streams. YouTube will fail you, but there's just no more reason to be looking at ZoidPay. All right, it's a scam pumping, and it will dump. It'll make the lowest high, and then it'll collapse again, make the lowest low it's ever made, and you won't even believe it. I mean, it literally only went to zero.
Yeti.
Again. What's up, Go Ducks? Yeti. Oh, wow. I haven't looked at Yeti in a long time. Let's freaking do it, man. Old Yeti. Remember when they IPO'd? Okay. Things gone literally nowhere. I mean, remember, these are the guys that sell extremely overpriced coolers and tumblers. And it's not a great business model, according to the free market, right? They don't really like it. You know, it pumped. It had its little bubble. This was the everything bubble. If your asset did not pump in 2021, it wasn't an asset to begin with. If overpriced coolers and tumblers were pumping, pictures of potatoes and monkeys and virtual yachts were pumping, if luxury watches and artwork was pumping, if everything, if food companies were pumping, if any 3D printers, if whatever it was, yeah, Yeti also did, and it collapsed, and it hit like a deep retrace, and it began to rally. But look at that, man. There's no one that really is out there accumulating a position in Yeti, I don't think. I mean, it's been downtrending, right? I mean, you know, after it put in the lowest highs, couldn't even come close to breaking 55. It rolled over, and then what did they do? The buyers rallied the asset, and they tried from June 2024 all the way to December, the whole 6-month period of attempting to rival the previous highs. They failed, and then what they do? They relented. They said, okay, there's just not near enough of us to come close to at least even 48, 49, that little range top, much less the previous high. And they rolled it over to the lowest low we had seen since May of 2020. And this was when everything crashed, the tariff crash. So what they do more recently, they recaptured at least a key level, and they reconfirmed it as support. Nice. And then had a huge run after that. But again, lowest high of entire downtrend. And then it sold off. But hey, man, now they're starting to put in some higher lows again. Very interesting. But again, just because you're putting in higher lows, that's really nice. You're up against a resistance. They can't break $36 to $38. It's just a big level back from 2019. That it's an inflection zone, and they're struggling to break it. They can't right now. So I'm just not like I'm not a fan of the trend at all. And I'm not a fan of seeing the asset just testing resistance in said downtrend. So it's not really a great chart. It's not. It can't be. Did the shutdown end? Or what are y'all talking about? Why is chat being like, it ended, it didn't end, it ended, it'll end in January? Come on, like what? Can a mod tell me what they're talking about? All right, Bitcoin high of day, up 600 plus points. We got some more upside, as you can see, to 1069, 1079. That zone right there. Maybe we'll get there this evening. You're on CNN and Google. Well, okay, you don't see it, then probably it's nothing then, because everyone would be talking about it. It'd be all over the place. Quinn, what's up, dude? You found this stream today? Really? How did you find this stream, Quinn? I'm just curious. Please let me know. Where's my music, dude? Did it stop? Oops. My bad. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, let me know if you found me. Government is shut down. So, all right. Nothing changed. Polymarket saying that there's like a 62% chance that the government shutdown will not end until November 16th or later. Like, that's where the money is. That's what people are betting on. So, Yeti, not great here. But, hey, higher lows, but up against resistance, and you haven't made a higher high. And how long? I mean, a real higher high since the bubble? Literally headline news on CNN. Are you kidding? Dude, what is wrong with y'all? I just need a mod to tell me, because I don't know who's trolling and who's not. Okay, at this point, I'll just have to look it up myself. My God, dude. Y'all are crazy. A deal has been reached to reopen the U.S. government through January, possibly ending a 40-day shutdown. 20 minutes ago, breaking news. Okay, chat, there you go. Open up X, like the first thing that pops up after I refreshed. There you have it. Where it's reopened, and then they're doing that because of the holidays. Okay, I wonder what that's going to mean for the markets, because you have overnight trading opening in like 38 minutes, but we do have the futures open, the U.S. futures. Let's take a gander. Up a little gap up, but remember that candle on the daily on Friday is a very good potential Japanese candlestick reversal. So follow through today would confirm it as a reversal candle, but remember, like the NASDAQ, it was the most significant drawdown retrace we've seen since April, where you literally 6.4 something percent from the high, all-time highs from October 30th to the lowest point. It was a 6.4%. You have not seen that. You didn't get that in October. That was like a 3%, 4% pullback, I think. Let's see, from the high point to the low. No, it was a 5% pullback. This was a 6.4% pullback. So you get these, and they typically, that's it, you know. So hopefully we're bottoming out on the NASDAQ, on the you know, the futures. Okay, we will see. Stimmy checks and the government reopening could very well be good, especially for American Airlines, I would think, right? It's not 100% open. Okay. Baby Genius, you were Yeti's consultant for their HR payroll 401k solutions. Back when the gravy train was at its peak. I don't know if we'll ever see anything like we saw in 2021. Ever. Okay, so great news. At least the futures maybe it's time to recover. And then you got Bitcoin right here on the daily, immediately taking out highs from yesterday. You're currently trading higher than you saw at the peak yesterday. Very good. So again, a little upside, 106 to 109. And it will be interesting to see what type of price action we receive when we hit these levels of potential turbulence. It's liquidity zones where the people could have sell orders. All right, so let's pay attention. Probably going to keep running to test at least 106. Only 400 points away or less. Okay, I think we hit up all the requests though. Thanks again, everyone, for being here on a Sunday while buyers did somehow recapture a weekly level and closed above it like psychos. Sorry, just looking at some of the chat. I know Hoarder's here. What's up, G-Dog? What's up, chat? Poly Market says 60% chance of 8 to 11. Well, I remember yesterday I looked at it and it must have changed or something. Okay. All right, well, we'll see what, you know, tomorrow brings us. We got some ammunition for a pump, maybe. Stimmy checks and government partially opening, so all right. Well, Chad, it's always an honor to get to cover these markets with you. See where the week brings us. So until then, respect the T. Hey. Hey, the Duke, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Welcome. And be sure to join the Discord if you're new here. Believe me, you want to be in it. It will be a valuable asset in your life. Yeah, One Up Trading. Totally moving to NYC now, dude. I can't wait to pay 53% taxes. Yeah, dude. Correct. Hey, Claudio, man, thanks so much for the 5 super chat. He says, join the Discord. Let's keep sharing ideas. That's right, man. See y'all in there.